Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a very special best of 3 between Solar and Percival. Why is that special? Well, Solar currently is rated the number 2 Zerg in the world. I think since probably forever, probably the first time in his life that he's got a rating this high on a league. Like he's currently ranked 6 in the world overall, surpassing Raynor, who had that number 2 spot behind Zero for a very, very long time. Percival, on the other hand, is also a quick riser, as he is one of the fastest risers I've ever seen in general on a league lock. He's currently ranked 27 in the world, but he's quickly going up. And it wouldn't surprise me if within 6 to 9 months, he's going to enter that top 15, potentially even the top 10 in about a year, year and a half. He is one of the talents that we're going to need to, keep our eyes open for, as he opens up with a triple barracks proxy here in this best of 3 on Old Republic. Solar seems to be fairly unaware of what is kicking off. Triple barracks. Very far away though. So the success of the 3 racks often depends on the proximity to the natural. This is quite far. So where could we have reliably put it closer without it being scouted? Would have been over here, because Solar did not go around. So it's maybe like a 4 or 5 second walk that it could have been quicker. A little bit unfortunate there for Percival, but at the end of the day, this is still close by enough in my mind. He also actually could have built it up here. I think it's also significantly closer to this general area. So 2 spots he definitely could have tried using, and maybe he will try using that in the future. Of course, you can't always know all the scouting patterns of your opponents ahead of time. Drone goes downstairs. Overlord's going to see this little squad moving in. Bunker. I love this move here out of Percival. Rather than showing a third SCV, he just shows a double SCV. And he wants to trick his opponent into believing this is the 2 racks. And against the 2 racks, a lot of Zerg players will pull a bunch of drones. Look at that! Look at this! Solar cancels the Roach Warren and goes for the drone pool. He had the correct response initially, but not sending that third SCV, I think, is what did this. Here we get our response. A bunch of links, a bunch of drones are out, extra marines are coming out as well. This is some good control with those SCV. Bunkers hardly taking any damage. Links are going down, drones are going down. Oi, 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 oi. This could have been so much fun, but I don't think it's going to be good enough. Now these drones are going to see the fact that it was 3 racks, and Percival wins game number 1. A really sweet maneuver there out of Percival, hiding the third SCV. The funny thing is that Solar did get the correct response initially, as he went for Roach Warren second gas, then went for the cancel. I guess because he realized there's no third SCV, or maybe because he was supply block. I don't know what triggered it, but something triggered this very aggressive response, this very decisive call. That was the wrong call, but decisive nonetheless. I often prefer people being decisively wrong than being kind of in the middle in StarCraft 2. Like, you have to make a decision at some point. You can't always take you can't always be the middle of the road. It's not good. Always be an extremist in StarCraft. It pays. Alright, we're gonna get a third hatchery out over here right now. Triple CC behind us for Percival. You know what I would have loved to see? Is this third CC being built on the low ground. In general, I think this is one of the most underrated plays at high level TVZ. The amount of times, like, just think about it, how long this thing needs to fly, right? It goes from here all the way over to, this is gonna be the third base, right? That's what, like a 15, 20? I think it's like a 25 second flight time, which is freaking long. That's the equivalent of building 2 SCVs. If you just have it down there on the low ground, boom, morph it into an orbital, you can start pumping SCVs like your life depends on it. Yeah, you're gonna be cooking big time, man. It's gonna be great. Look at the speed timing. Like, speed hardly finished. Like, whatever we at. Speed finishes in like 14 seconds. This CC also finishes in what, like freaking 12 seconds or so. It finishes at the same time as speed would in a standard opener. Like, why wouldn't you have it at the third base? I guess it does expose you a little bit more, so maybe that's the reason why. Oh well. We're gonna go for Heli and Banshee, very standard opener out of Percival. Not too surprising. Percival is a standard operator, except for when he 3 rexes, but he likes the games to go into. He's a little bit like a clan, aggressive, likes to be in your face, but also appreciates the ability to get to the aggressive portion of the game in a repeatable manner. He wants it to be capable of repeating his success time after time, and Hellion Banshee often does allow you that. Let's see what Solar's plans are. I've been hearing good stories about Mutas. I haven't seen so many Mutas though. Every time I talk with Zergs, all they tell me about is, oh, Mutas, oh, Spire, oh, so nice, fast lair, great. And then when I watch the games, there's no Muta, no Spire. It's like, what's the freaking point? These guys are just lying to me. It's frustrating. 2 more barracks are coming out. Here's the double marine will deny this overlord. Won't deny the overlord the vision though. The vision is here already. The vision shows a cloak and most likely Banshee as well as bio, which might not be the biggest deal for some people, but I think it's nice just to get that confirmation. It's like, hey, this is actually bio. You don't have to worry about it potentially being mech. That's gonna work out here for Solar. I think a fort base doesn't have to have any queens here though. It's 8 queens total. Hatchery's not gonna go down. At least not before these Hellions piss off, which they will do now. Double E-base in the wall. 2 more barracks on the way up top. We're gonna go into siege tank most likely soon. Gonna get some barrack swaps in. Let's see what our good friend is going to be doing with these Banshees. Okay, there we go. Let's just first person in a bit. It's always nice. Oh! Did that work? It actually worked! He targeted the rocks because he knew that the Lynx were on the other side attacking it. What a cute move. Then gets the double creep tumor. This was actually really sweet. I give that 5 stars. There's not a lot of queens in position here. Let's see how fast Solar is going to be. Overseer not available at the 3rd base. 1 drone goes down. 2 goes 3, 4, 5, 6. So nice spore built in to cancel to save the drone. So 5 drones going down in total. Hellion's now moving in further forward. Percival does not want to commit into this position, but Lynx were nearby. I think he could have gotten maybe 4 or 5 more workers at the price of 1 Hellion. Not sure if that's what he wants though. Hydra then comes down, and behind all of this, we're getting our tanks, we're getting our marines, and our first 2 medevacs as well. And the first 2 medevacs are going to be kind of a key component of the rest of this game here for Percival. At least they tend to be. Because usually these players, they move out with their first 2 medevacs. Let's see if that's going to be the case here as well. Okay, 6 cars and a dream. The dream of roasting drones. You know, some units in StarCraft 2, they have like very big dreams. You know, the Ultra wants to kill like 35 marines. Aliens just want a good old barbecue. Ideally a drone barbecue. I wonder how hot the flame is. There's like a little blue thing always kind of on. Like the nightlight. Making sure that you can always see in the dark as well if you're a Hellion. These guys are extremely damaged, by the way. I wouldn't mind them just going back home just to repair a little bit. I feel like often denying these side creeps, it allows the Zerg to go for a big freaking surround on the cars, and then you end up losing the cars. But this movement so far has been great. We're hitting a 720 timing. Combat shield not quite done yet. Hellions want to turn into Hellbats. We're moving into an 8-rex here. No fort base. 3 more barracks on the way. The problem with 8-rexing, in my mind, is that if you're going for an early push, like Percival is doing right here, is that an 8-rex loses some of its power due to the loss of the Hellbats and the loss of the tanks, which inevitably will happen, right? Unless you actually win with this initial push already, which I find unlikely, it's going to be extremely tough here. It's going to be extremely tough to kind of continue putting on more and more pressure as these Marines need to be picked up and move towards the right side instantly. Hellbats are going to get caught as well by the Banelings. Marines re-dropping right now. Tank going to get the kills on those last units. I'm not so certain. So we have a couple of queens with the transfusers ready. Melee upgrades finishing up here. Carapace finished up earlier as the Lynx are going to disappear, but I do believe that Percival will need to pick up and get out of here. 5th base is on the way, or it's done already. Infestation pit is on the way. No fort for Percival. And look at his tank count. It is practically non-existent with just a single tank count. 2-2 upgrades are going to be a big deal, but 2-2 is also on the way already here for Solar. So I am not necessarily feeling it. This is going to be a little bit of a scary fight right now for the Zerg player, as there's really no Banelings to help out. We have 10 of them on the way. They finish up. I think this 5th base might just be toast. Creep doesn't reach that far. Yeah, and Solar indeed is going to be giving up this base. 4th base on the way right now for Percival, as Solar wants to send out a little bit of a run by. It's not going to succeed at that. Tank moves into a smart position. I would love to have it just a little bit further in the back. You could go very far back, even like into these bushes and stuff like that. I think he can get really neat positions, like behind rocks, behind bushes, making it difficult to defend everything here on this map. Naito Citadel. So the next tank is also going to move a little bit further forward. He's very open with these tanks, like very out in the open. I'm surprised by that. Rather than using kind of like these tactical positions where it's harder for Lynx to attack him, it seems like Percival actually wants the Lynx and Banes to attack him. And I mean, they are, so you got what you wanted, buddy. Second factory on the way. 2-2 is about to finish up, and the 4th CC is going to fly over soon as well. You have a split of 3 Marines towards the left side, with a bunch more coming in. A lot of these tumors are now being taken out. This 5th base once more is going to get denied as well. There's really not a whole lot then that Solar can do about it. Do we get a cancel? No cancel either. Solar is honestly extremely poor. He just doesn't have a lot of cash available right now, as Percival is just moving from side to side. And taking out bases. Ghost Academy on the way. Marauders coming in as well. We have 4 Marauder Tech Lab barracks. So it could be 4 Marauders at a time. Could also be 4 Ghosts at a time. 4th base is setting up. Look at that. Percival with a little bit of a lead here. Against the rank 6 in the world currently. Percival is showing us what's up. The creep on the top side is gone. Creep towards the middle is gone. We have a couple of tumors over here, but those can also be taken out. Queen's now trying to move through the middle. Liberator has set up shop on the gold base, making sure that nothing bad can happen there. Tank in the far back is going to be so freaking helpful. This army is a little bit overstimmed though, and 2 medevacs are extremely dead as well. This group of units is now moving forward. Do we have enough to pick up? Yep, we do. Tumors go down. Marines stay alive. We redrop, and I think rinse and repeat is is what we want to do here. Ooh, lurkers are out. Okay, so we've now entered a new phase in the game. For the past 4 or 5 minutes, it has been Percival in firm control of what moves where on the map. This is going to be the first time in a while where Solar has a viable form of harassment. And a viable form of, honestly, just moving across the map and trying to do something with it. Because he has those lurkers out right now. Problem is that his gas is extremely low. It's been working off of 8 gas rather than the 10 gas that you ideally want if you want to go for high lurker numbers. He is on 86 workers. I wonder if it's going to be good enough here. Nidus network coming in as well. Tanks moving further forward. Here come the lurkers. Gonna take a bit of a beating. Unless there's 0 ghosts out quite yet. And actually the Marauder count is also very low. I'm starting to become a little bit afraid here right now for Percival. Don't forget, Vipers cannot abduct the tanks, but they can still blinding cloud them. And they can abduct Liberators as well. We're going to need to split off a couple lurkers over here towards this 4th base. One extractor goes down. Marines are doing a fantastic job. Do we get a drop into the main base? Hell yeah, we will. Is there anything in position? Hell no, there ain't. Parasitic bomb is going to come in. That's going to kill at least one of these medevacs. At the same time, Percival moves in forward to try and go for the 5th. We have quite a few siege units in the back. This army is not being microed well. The tanks are falling. Liberator goes down. Army in the main base gets pushed away as well. And Percival with a very mediocre field trades here in rapid succession. As Solar is just going to be picking up a lot of units pretty much for free. Solar wanted to run in here. Now we're going to get a move towards the bottom side. A redrop onto the 4th base as well. I mean, Marines against Lynx are insanely strong. They really, really are. As we're once again going to get a tiny bit of a fight. 161 supply to 176. 3 more CCs on the way. No 5th base out quite yet though, and that is starting to worry me just a bit. 3, 4 tanks, 5 tanks! Oh no! Were they stuck somewhere? What is this? Did he forget about these tanks? I think he forgot about these tanks. Oh, that is a huge... I was wondering why his army looks so darn small. This is the reason. There were 6 tanks not in that battle. That would have been an absolute game changer. And at the same time, we have a Nidus now coming up in the main. Is that going to finish in time? No, Lurkers will not be capable of coming out, but does it even matter? Solar in control of this game. Double drop heading out towards the bottom side. There's still 2 healthy medevacs that can go for a pickup. And they will. Queen count, what are we at? 3 queens total. It's going to be tough to respread some of that creep then. Fifth base on the way. First set of Ghost also coming out right now as one medevac gets taken out. Tanks moving over towards the bottom side. There's 7 tanks on the map. Oh yeah, I cannot believe that there was like 6 tanks moving across at the same time after the push had happened. I think they must have been stuck in the main base. I just missed that. And so did Percival, so I'm in good company. Urubu's still alive, a rookie mistake. Whenever there's a critter on the map, you always try to take it out ASAP. It's one of my main, my core tenets. Good pre-split out of Percival, by the way. I think it's going to be tough to actually move through this. We have an attack over here on the bottom side. The base is going to die. Planetary in the middle, that fifth, potential fifth, is also going to go down. Ooh. Despite having 5 tanks here, feels like Solar's actually kind of breaking through with some good Blinding Cloud usage. Marines on the top side dishing out a lot of damage. Is it going to be good enough? I don't know. At the same time, we have more units running through right now. Is there anything defensively out? We have a bunch of links coming in here. Good control out of Percival. Kills 2 drones so far. Is now going to go for a couple more links. Nidus worm over here. The lurkers come out. I don't actually know what the hell's correct here for Percival. This feels so awkward. I'd love to see a couple of Liberators. You know, the Liberator, this sounds dumb, is really good at getting people off your back. Not even in like, oh, I'm gonna kill everything, but let me just set up like a Liberator over at this base with like a nice shift click, a Liberator over at this base, and then a Liberator over at here. And then you force your opponent to move units to every single base, and it can get you back like 25, 30 seconds or so, which is often all you need as a Terran to get your next round of units in, you know? To get 12 more Marines, to get 4 more Ghosts and 2 more tanks. Like, that is really what you want in these types of situations. The links are going ham here onto those Ghosts, actually taking a lot of them out. Yeah, without having any active harassing forces on the map, it is really tricky to keep your opponent on the back foot. As snipes, they were okay. I think he got 2-3 Hydralis. Tank in the back is dishing out some damage as well. Planetaries. Going to continue morphing here. This base is the key base, I think, for Solar to try and kill. Lurker's moving in from the left side. So far, tanks are capable of holding this. This tank has 9 kills. This tank has 13 kills. This guy is a newbie, has 0 kills. Alright, he's very damaged though. Right into battle and he dies. Left side Ghosts are actually doing an okay job. If this Planetary survives, by the way, and the Ghosts don't die, this could actually be an okay battle. I'm kind of fine with this. My main problem is the fact that Solar is taking both of the corner bases. So there's 2 very clear neutral bases on this map, which makes it very difficult for Terran to play a proper late game. We're gonna get a Nidus here at the bottom left as well. I mean, if that gold base actually gets mined, I think Percival, I don't want to say he's dead, but like Solar has been trading worse, you know, but still having to take this base. It's hard for me to see exactly how Percival is going to move into a split map scenario, but I'm curious. For now, he's just splitting off units, trying to get some kills here on these side bases, making sure they can't mine too much. He keeps putting tanks like on the semi ramp, you know. Very weird positioning. Very, very weird. Hatch goes down. We're gonna get a pickup and maybe go into the main base. Could also try to redrop in here or just go back home, which is exactly what's happening right now. Spire on the way. I'm not sure if this is a Broodlord Spire or if this is a, hey, when are you building Liberator Spire? I feel like this should be a, hey, when are you building Liberator Spire? But there have been no Liberators quite yet. So it is a very odd setup that we're looking at. It's not like Solar has infinite cash either. Like, Solar's actually poor as hell. And it's not an insult, he just doesn't have any money. Like, he just doesn't. It's like 3k in the bank, but what is his army worth? His army is worth like 7k. Like, he cannot rebuild this army if he loses it. This is a good start of a fight, though. He's gonna get a couple of tanks, cannot go too deep. Can never go too deep, or it will start to hurt. That was fine. Lots of replaceable units here being lost. Ooh, Knight is actually finishing up in the main base. Could have been a big deal, but it ends up not being a big deal. What it might do though, yet there we go. 7 goes right now out of position. I think that is the biggest deal of all. Solar once again is trying to move through tanks in the semi back here. Doing a good enough job, really. Once again, it really feels like Percival is set up so freaking well. And Solar is just incapable of busting through. Usually whenever I say something like that, you know, like 2 minutes from now, like every single base is floating and moving towards the top left corner, trying to stall the game for as long as possible. Another Nidus goes down. Did Percival see it? Let's have a look. First person. Ooh, this army's gonna get caught. I think he's very aggressive towards his own 6th base, Percival. He wants it bad. When you want something bad, sometimes you don't get it. And I think that's going to be the case over here. Nidus will finish. Neil Knight is in the main base, but Liberators are out. That's going to help out for sure against these Niduses. So the Ghosts need to move to safety. Banelings are trying to chase, and there's not that much splash available right now. If these Banelings do get the connections, that would be terrible. A couple of Ghosts going down, 11 SCVs falling as well. And Solar keeping the top right alive, keeping the bottom left alive as well. Look at that income gap right now. That income disparity. Behind all of this, Lurkers have entered the main base on a mission to die to Ghost. Mission succeeded. Mission accomplished, as the kids would say. This command center, this orbital command gets taken out. A couple of parasitic bombs here on the lips, I guess. Did not kill them. Corruptors coming out as well right now. Hydras. And look at how low the worker count is. That's cute. The little changeling is actually blocking a lot of supply from moving somewhere useful. Oh, Mr. Changeling. What are you doing? Move out of the way! Clock it in the face. Poof. Okay, it's gonna disappear. Whatever. Okay, this is a medium army. It's not very good. Not enough mines. Not enough ghosts. Not enough liberators. Still have no liberas, by the way. I really think like a cheeky little lip over here. Yeah, me likey. Absolutely. Oh, Ghost in the back, Marines in the front. This is a good fight. This is a beautiful setup here. What the hell? Liberators are coming in. Hydra's still going to clear this thing. No, they're not. More snipes coming off. This felt like a good fight, but when I look at the overall situation, I don't think it matters. Because Solar can just take bad trades at this point. That is the real banger. These fights, like the outcomes here are practically... they're just not that important. What's important is what's happening behind this. Solar is just keeping his opponent's army supply low, and that is a beautiful fungal, and that is all he needed. Takes out 6 ghosts here at once. Base goes down as well. What a fungal. From the freaking left field, I think. That's when it's unexpected. The backfield? I don't know. I think it's a baseball term or something. Maybe American football. Either way, it was unexpected. Sports fans around the world are shocked. And how unexpected that was. He hadn't actually used any Infestor yet. I completely forgot about that unit as a concept. What a good concept though the Infestor is. The fungal. Baneling connections on top of that once again. First of all, a little bit late there with the response on the Ghost Micro. Now goes for a pickup. Corruptors are cleaning this up though. And with all that cleaning up, Percival, who's been a naughty boy, is being sent back to the lobby screen. Tries to take a 6th base one more time, but I don't think he's going to succeed. He has a command center here flying on the bottom side as well. Even if he does succeed taking this base, resources 14k is not enough. It's not enough if there's 2 bases that were neutrals that end up going the freaking Solar. Like, that's a bad situation. That is a bad situation, let me tell you. Because that ends up going what? We have Solar taking 8 bases. And yeah, maximum amount of bases the Percival can take is going to be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think he's going to ever get a 6 because he's getting absolutely blasted right now by Solar. GG gets called and the score is all tied up. And although the ending of that previous game went in favor of Solar, I feel like Percival actually, if he hadn't forgotten about those 5 or 6 tanks that we saw walk across the map, I feel like Percival would have just kind of killed Solar. He was in such firm control until like minute 12 pretty much. And even a little bit until after those initial Lurkers came out, there was so much pressure. And a bit different maybe than Clem would do it. This felt more like the snakes, you know, that go around. What are they called? Constrictor? Boa constrictors? You say, you know, they go around your neck and then they kill you. The Clem is more like a snake that just punches you in the face with a hammer. That snake hasn't been spotted in the wild yet, but it's a very dangerous one. You're looking at his teeth like, oh no, not the venom. and then boom, with the tail, fat hammer on your face. Happens to the best. That's why Clam is so powerful, because no one expects the hammer coming out of the tail. What the hell is this build order? Oh god, this is something again. Whenever Terrans start being creative, I always get a little bit afraid. Like, you're never sure if they're going to be throwing poop over the wall like a chimpanzee, or if it's actually going to be something powerful here. So he went for a gas and then goes for a completely gasless opener. There's going to be a factory behind this. Please tell me there's going to be a factory behind this at some point. I freaking love this, by the way. The double barracks into Marine to snipe the first Overlord, I think is such a cute play. And I even like it when they move across the map with this. I've seen this played quite a bit at my level, where there's a lot of players at like 5k MMR that think that this is the best build in the world, because you always get the Overlord. And yes, you invest 150 minerals into a barracks, and you need a second depot before the CC, and everything is very delayed, but it does feel, you know, you're always getting something done. It feels like you're putting in the work, you know, it feels good. It really is like the people that still write their own emails instead of having entire conversations between your AI and the other person's AI. You know, it feels like you're putting in the hours. You know, you're getting paid for doing something instead of just prompting the entire time. So I understand it. I'm not sure if this was worth it though, because there's full information right now as well for Solar. Like, he sees this. He's like, oh, you have 2 barracks, a reactor, and a tech lab. Well, nice. Like, I don't need that Overlord anymore. So you killed 100 minerals. I didn't even really get supply blocked. And now you have no Hellions out that you can harass with. It just feels weird. I think it's going to be a 2-base all-in. The big giveaway here is the fact that there's no 3rd base. This is what you guys pay me for this level of analysis. Actually, you guys don't pay me at all. So that is why you're getting this level of analysis. Yeah, starport coming down. Reactor on the way of the factory. What the hell is this thing doing though? It hasn't... Okay, there we go, reactor. It hadn't built anything yet. I love that he just tried hiding some of these Marines as well. As if it's not clear as day that this is a Marine-based build. It's like, maybe if I only show 4, Solar will believe. There's not 8 of them. It's like, yeah, why did you build the reactor then, boss? A completely unrealistic scenario. The only thing that could happen is that somehow, some way, Solar gets convinced that there might be Banshee with this, and then we see some spores being thrown down. Like, that is something I can almost smell that. You know, I could feel that. That's a vibe. It really would be a vibe. It's just gonna be an all-out 2-base all-in, isn't it? Look how little workers he has as well. He has 30 workers right now. This is probably one of my least favorite builds that I've seen in a very, very long time. I think this is... If this was a standard build, is what I mean. Like, I freaking love this if this works. Like, this is the type of build where you're gonna look like an absolute donkey if you lose, but you can win a game with this. And that's the most important thing. Like, people are always like, oh, this is a bad build. And it's like, well, but did it win? If the answer is yes, then it was a perfect build. I don't think you need to practice this a whole lot. Like, you just... You do this twice against the AI, you know how to do it. Like, there's not really a skill cap on this, because it's just gonna go, boom, straight Marine tank. There's actually an eBay with this as well. I mean, he's 36 workers. I wonder if this is good enough. Solar went up to 56 drones, has 8 queens out, 9th queen on the way, carapace building, which hasn't paid off, 2nd evo chamber, bailing nest, and lair. So we have about freaking 600 minerals in investments that haven't paid off yet. About 250 gas in investment that haven't paid off yet. And this is... And on top of that, Solar is up 20 workers. If there's ever a scenario where you should be capable of winning a game, this feels like it would be it, you know? Like, this... We're here now. Like, this is our time to shine, pretty much. It's like if you open up with a cannon rush, for example, and your opponent sends 5 drones into your first cannon, and then you lose the game, perhaps your cannon rush isn't that good. You know, like, it's a strong indicator. So far, like, we gotta cancel on a 4th base, but we don't even have a 3rd base. Like, I'm real glad your opponent isn't as rich as they usually are, but you had to cut off both of your legs to achieve that. Like, good luck walking back home, bro. It's like, it's not happening. Double tank now coming out. Ooh, Solar wanted to go for the surround there. Having these units behind it is still frustrating. Can we get a pick up? Oh, one pick up on one of those Marines. Very cute. Very cute. Extremely cute. Combat shield is done as well. +1, not quite yet. This is starting to almost feel a little bit Bjorn-esque. Bjorn used to play these types of builds quite a while ago. Like almost every single game. He'd always do it off CC first, actually, rather than off of not CC first. So he never got an Overlord snipe. I wonder if Percival's still happy with that opener. Infantry weapons about to finish up. I mean, this game looks pretty close, not gonna lie. We don't have centrifugal hooks quite yet. Infantry weapons level 1 is about to finish up as well. Double tanks in the back, and we get some good target fire. Target fire is very good. Look at all these banelings being taken out. 2 banes now are gonna get the connections though. And that was not a great ending. It was a great beginning, but a terrible end here. Ay, 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 ay. What an absolutely awful ending. The start was so promising with those. There was like 2 tank shots that I think killed 6, 7 Banes. And then the next tank shots felt like they did nothing. These 2 Banes just waddling towards your Marines. That is awful. What a terrible way to die. Ay, 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 ay. 2 SCVs have also shown up to the party. A 3rd SCV now showing up as well. I saw 2 of his mates leave. I was like, I'm going too. Like, it's dangerous on the other side. Like, I don't care. I saw John leave. John knows what's good. Okay, 3 SCVs. I was gonna repair the medevacs. I do appreciate that. I think Solar just might have too many workers. Behind all of this, by the way, Percival has continued building workers and is adding 2 more barracks rather than a 3rd CC. So he's committing heavily here into this push. What about some bunkers? Oh, he's gonna cancel a 4th base again. Sadly, there's already a 5th base. Solar was looking at the situation and thought to himself, you know what I really need? I need to be up 3 bases over my opponent. And Percival said, no, you can only have 2 more. There's going to be a bit of a bust here as well, which could be an issue. Solar is so far ahead right now. It is not looking good. The moment 2-2 finishes up, or actually just +2 carapace, the game ends. The moment these units burst through and start killing stuff, the game also ends. Like, Solar feels so comfortable in this situation that he's adding in an infestation pit. He's like, if I can get to Ultras, I can't lose anymore. It's like, well, if you have the ability to tech to Ultras, you can't lose anymore already. As this is a neat little siege up. 4 Liberators is quite a lot, but just a single tank. It means that the Banelings are going to be too many, and I mean, that's just the case. Lib count is actually very good, though. This is kind of scary. Like, if you can get 6 Liberators out, I can maybe see something happening. I guess a major problem is going to be the fact that 20 Banelings are about to enter your natural. That tends to be a bad situation. Banelings is rolling in as well. It's like actually not giving a crap. That is crazy. That is legitimately crazy. SCV's falling. Liberators moving further in forward. There's still 1 tank with this. Marine count is actually decent too. I think Solar might have overstepped his boundary a little bit. He's going to need to go back home. Doesn't actually have that many Banelings here. As we're now going to get a flank from the back. Tank needs to help out. Liberator still being very active here. And dealing a crap ton of damage against these queens. End of the day though. This is gonna get cleaned up, is it? No? Yes? No? Kind of. 61 army supply to 49. If these lips make their way across the map, I guess the problem is just that the income is too high right now. It's 57 workers to 22. Yeah, so any amount of Banelings is just gonna be too many, I think. 2-2 upgrades also about to be done. Has Hive started yet? Oh, it does actually. That is... Alright, it's a move and a half. Like, this is not the right call, right? Getting a Hive here. Like, you're playing as someone with 22 workers. Like, what are you going to get out of Hive? Like, adrenal glands? No shot. Like, if you survive for another 35 seconds, you win the game. Like, any money that you have should be being pumped out in units. Either Queens, Lings, Banes, but the Hive is a ridiculous call here. But it just shows that Solar is this confident in winning this game. He doesn't, you know... Maybe he doesn't know how far ahead he is. I love that Percival's pretending like there's something worthwhile defending. Worthwhile to defend. Yeah, that's like me hiring a security team while going shopping into my local supermarket in case I get recognized. It's like, even if I would get recognized, it's gonna be like a 44-year-old nerd who's like, hey, I like your videos. I'm like, ah, thanks. It's like, there's nothing worthwhile here to protect, boys. Like, even, like, realistically, like, I could just run away. I'm quite fast. You guys might not know that. High speed. Very high speed. So Percival's also giving up the facade right now. Liberators sieging up are going to catch a couple of these queens, but the queens are also catching the Liberators. GG gets called. Solar wins the series 2-1, cementing his position as the number 6 player in the world. And Percival showing a lot of promise, but not enough promise to win this series.